What's good, YouTube? I'm Amir Best, and welcome back to my channel. And we got a very good episode today. We're going to be talking about macros, how to build your macros for yourself, so you don't have to worry about going on the calculator or doing anything, or someone else doing it for you. Okay? I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself. Okay? Be independent. Okay, so before we get into all the math, first of all, we got to understand what macros are. Okay? Macros is short for macronutrients. Okay? That just means the calories, the fat, the protein, and the carbs that you will be intaking. Okay? Or not taking it. Because, if you got doing a cut. Anyway, I'm going to show you the math. All right, let's get down to business. Now, for the keys, you'll see, this is going to be used for later on, but I'll tell you for right now. In every calorie, there's going to be 4 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, and 4 grams of carbs. Okay? We're going to use these later. Okay? So do not forget this. All right, we're going to move on to the actual process of doing your math. All right? So we got the macros, we got the protein, the fat, and the carbs. Of course, that's what your macros are: protein, fat, carbs. All right, if you're going to be cutting, usually you want to stay between 1.1 and 1.3 grams of protein per pound, which is 2.3 or 2.8 kilograms. Of course, we're in pounds, and if you do kilograms, there you go. Okay. Also, with cutting, with the fat content, you only will be taking 15 to 25% of total calories. So in between these numbers, that's what you can use your range. Okay. Now, if we're going to be gaining muscle, you can use 0.8 grams of protein, to 1.0 grams per protein, which is 1.8 kilograms or 2.3 kilograms. And for fat content, if you're gaining, you're going to be using 20 to 30% of total calories in fat. And of course, the carbs are just filling in. All right? All right. All right, on to the math part. So here's an example for cutting. All right, we're going to put the weight. My weight is 172 pounds. Put whatever your weight is right there. You're going to time it by 10. My answer is going to be 1720. You're going to times that by your activity level. If you are an office worker and you're getting up, just regular walking, doing a little walking around, but mostly a sedentary life, sitting down most of the day on the computer, 1.3. If you're outside and you're in construction work, you're going to be doing a 2.1. Okay, so that's your activity level. So you're going to times your weight times 10 times the activity level. Okay, I'll put 1.2, which gives me 2064. Okay, now I want to go down in weight. So this right here is my calories that I'm going to need per day to do what I want to do. Well, to maintain. Now I'm going to minus 500. You can minus 500 if you're going to, this is for 1 pound per week. If you're going to do 2 pounds per week, you're going to do 1,000. You're going to minus 1,000 calories. Okay, obviously, it's just safe. You do 1 pound per week. You take away 500, which is going to give me 1564. This is my calories. Put a little cloud around it. Okay, now for your protein, you go 1.3. Remember up here? Remember the thing up here? We were talking about the 1.3s and stuff like that? Okay, here's where we're going to start using it. You're going to find the protein level. 1.3 times 172. Okay, you can do 1.3, 1.2, 1.1. Okay, I'm going to do 1.1 in this example. 1.1 times 72 is 189. Okay, and we're going to put a cloud around this 189. And we're going to times it by 4. The reason why we times it by 4, remember the key I gave you earlier? That was talking about that the 4 right here for protein per calorie. You're going to use it right here. Okay? And it's going to equal 756. So 189 times 4 is 756. Okay? Put a little square around this 756. Now to find the fat, you're going to do 20% of your calories. Okay? So remember, with fat, we can do 15% all the way to 25%. I'm hitting in the middle, and I'm hitting 20. Okay? So I'm doing 20% of 1564, and that's going to give me 312. We're going to put a square around this number. We're going to divide that by 9, because what we have in every calorie, we have what? 9 grams of fat per calorie, right? So we're going to divide it by 9. 312 divided by 9 is 34.6. Put a cloud around that. Okay? Now to find the carbs, you're going to add the ones that you just put a box. Okay? So when you put the boxes, you're going to add those two up. So 756 plus 312, it's going to give you 1068. Okay? Now that 1068, you're going to minus, because you got to find the carb level, you're going to minus 1068 by this 1564, your total calorie number. Okay? So there we go, 1564 minus 1068, and we're going to equal what? 496. We're going to divide that by 4 because the carb level is what? 4. All right? So we're going to go and we're going to put 496 divided by 4, and that's going to equal 124. The ones in the clouds that you put, the little bubbles right here, that's going to be your actual numbers. All right? So what's the calories? Full calories is going to be, come on, full calories is going to be 1,564, and this is calories per day. Okay, for the protein, it's going to be equal to what? 189 grams of protein per day. 189 grams of protein per day. What about the fat? Fat's going to be 34.6. So 34.6. And the carbs going to be equal to 124. So it's 124 grams of carbs. All right, so this will be the macros you would do each day. It'll be each day you will consume if you were going to cut based off of these numbers. This is your macros. Calories going to be 1,564. Your protein level is going to be 189 grams of protein per day. Your fat is going to be 34.6 grams of fat per day. And your carbs are going to be 124 grams of carbs per day. Now this is how you do your macros, okay? All right. Okay guys, that was a simple way of calculating your macros. Thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe, holla back at your boy.